took that and I said, I won't look for a job. Until date, I've never written an application before because of that singular decision I made on that day. And I started training a lot. I started when I got to 400 level, I had some of my classmates. They did their internship with me. Afterwards, every year I started having interns. So one of my lecturers, Professor Fakoya, now called me and said, this thing you're doing, I think you should have an institution now. I said, where will I get the money from? But because there was an encouragement, I started training people. I started having people. Today we have an institution where we train graduates because we found out there was a problem and we realized that the government cannot do everything. So we need a mindset change to see how we can assist the government in getting some things done. When I graduated, I think we were about 84 in my set. Those of us that are practicing now, we are not more than 10. And that's usually the case. So it shows that there's something fundamentally wrong in our curriculums, in our schools. So when students come for internship, we ask them, what experience do you have where you're coming from? What do you intend to do after graduating? You are studying agric. And over 90% of them don't even have an idea of what they want to do after graduating in 400 level. So we tell them, okay, 1 week, we tell them this is Moscow, you need to learn the dignity of labor and everything. After 2 weeks, the reverse is always the case. We have about 80% of them that want to take it further. So in a way, we've started helping the government, we've started helping our institutions make agriculture sexy, like our commissioner would say, make it more interesting. Now, there is something that we now need to do in that regard, is that there should be a relationship, a more cordial relationship between the town and the town. What are the research institutes doing? There is no endeavor or there is no business that can thrive without research. So how are these research done in our institutions brought to the farmers? How useful are these research to the farmers? I think that needs to be looked into. Then the other one, the government, like I used to say, government can't give us everything. If you give, there's need for changing the kind of empowerment our government do really this time around. Let the empowerment go to those that need it. If you do a survey of those that have been empowered, the government meant well, they've done so much, but unfortunately, 90% of those that get empowered don't survive it. They don't continue because they were not originally built for it. So if there should be a change in empowerment, let it be for those that have won the shoes, those that are doing it. Let me give you a scenario. I just concluded an international training yesterday in my facility in Badagry, and we had facilitators from the US, farmers from Uganda, Ghana, and everywhere, and selected few farmers that are standing out in Nigeria. Everybody converged. So it was like a convergence of titans in the aquaculture space, and we had wonderful deliberations. But I prepared, I did everything. Something now happened. Light was an issue. I bought one generator, bought another generator because I wanted to have a seamless event, because NEPA is now the other way around, substituting generators now, unfortunate. And with all of that, I still had issues because the generators were overstretched. It got to a point I was almost crying. So one of my mentors, one of the people that attended the event, now said, you know what, you should not be too worried. You can't achieve everything in a day. You've done so well, but you know what, I'm going to give you a 15 kVA generator diesel at no cost, free of charge. That's to me, and I had teardrops. I'm emotional. And I was like, wow, at no cost. I just see how, if I said, don't worry, I'll bring it to your farm. That is empowerment. because that's the thing I needed at that time. If somebody had given me money, then it won't be useful for me because I could divert it. So government should see what the challenges, the pains of the farmers are, and step in. Don't give us money. Really, what the Lagos State government has done in terms of empowerment, I think other countries, not other states alone, they covet it. Really, and I must give it to the Ministry of Agri. They are doing so well, so much in terms of agri, but it's not complete yet. So what we did also is that we need to bring ourselves together. So we strengthened our association. From before, if there is a program by the government, you start looking for farmers. Then you now have tailors, carpenters, everybody rushing in to claim their farmers because we were never coordinated. We were never together. So when there is World Food Day is coming, Abi. Now you see pyramids of feeds and everything. You now be wondering where does these things go to? Because even as the state president of fish farmers, at the end of the day, maybe it's 2 bags or 3 bags of feed that I will have. I take it back, I still share it with other farmers that need it. And you be wondering where did these things go? And on that ground, you see so many people selling those inputs supplied. That shows they are not farmers in the first place. And I see it as waste of resources. So if a farmer is empowered with what he needs, he's going to utilize it. Now, the other thing is, I think government can begin to subsidize inputs that farmers need. So that if I'm supposed to buy a bag of feed for 20,000 naira and it's been subsidized and I have my card and I go there as a member of Laska Farm or as a recognized farmer, like what the commissioner does and the past administration. So if you go to them for anything and they ask you, are you a farmer, a fish farmer, and you say you are a fish farmer, they will tell you, go to Laska Farm, go and meet Alaja Atoba, or you go to Sejiro. So because we are so coordinated, it makes information dissemination more easier now. Because it's not government that will identify all the farmers for us. We are doing that already. Now, in the other area of empowerment, they trained us in some value addition innovations. I don't know if some of the ministry officials, the appeals team are here. They trained us. Now we can make about 18 derivatives from catfish. So that it won't just be known for pepper soup alone. We do fish crackers, we do fish sausage, fish balls. Nobody taught us. I stayed 7 years, I did my master's in fisheries. Nobody taught us in the institution. But when the Ministry of Agri came with the appeals project, they started bringing in all kinds of innovative ideas. And they trained us over several farmers in fish crackers and all these things. If you go back to ask those that are running with that training now, they are less than 5%. Because those that participated too, some of them are not, they don't need that technology. Now we're taking that in to the next level, and everybody from every part of the continent is coming to learn that thing. To me, that's another form of empowerment. Tilapia culture in Nigeria started because Lagos State started the same thing. It was a terrain that most farmers didn't want to step into. People are scared of putting their money for trials. And Lagos State government came in and did tilapia cage culture and everything. And the whole country knew, and everybody knew we are doing tilapia because Lagos State government championed it. But unfortunately, we started having challenges with the quality of cage materials. They couldn't last so well. So at the end of the day, when you sell, most of your profit, everything goes back in repairs. So now what the government now needs to do is that how do we have better cage designs that can last more? So there are so many things there I feel. Then if government can mop up things from farmers, it will solve our own problem in aquaculture. What's it called? This program, the food program they were doing there. What's it called again? School feeding program. When the Lagos State government was doing the school feeding program, we didn't have challenge is farmers. Every time our product is always moving, everybody is producing. But since that is stopped, we have gluts, we have challenges, and most farms are closing up. So if we can have conversations like this more, engagement like this more, then they know what the problems are, then solutions can be provided. I think we'll definitely get it right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So, like, all any country is good. It's not actually about the government of that country. It's more about the citizen. There's no governor, there's no senator,